Why Apple makes more profit than most companies ever will. Imagine walking into a store and seeing hundreds of products competing for your attention. Some are cheaper, some have better specifications, some sell more units. But one company quietly walks away with a shocking amount of the money. That company is Apple. Apple does not make the most phones in the world. It does not sell the cheapest devices. It does not compete by giving customers everything for the lowest price. Yet year after year, Apple captures an enormous share of the profits in the smartphone industry. How? Because Apple is not really a phone company. It is something much more powerful. It built a system, and once you understand that system, you start seeing business differently. For decades, companies believed success came from making better products, faster computers, cheaper electronics, more features. But Apple discovered something different. The most valuable product is not always the device itself. Sometimes the most valuable product is the world built around it. In 2007, Apple introduced something that changed the technology industry forever: the iPhone. Before the iPhone, smartphones already existed. Companies like BlackBerry and Nokia dominated the market. They had customers, they had experience, they had billions of dollars behind them. Many people thought Apple was too late. But Apple was not trying to build just another phone. Steve Jobs wanted to create a device that combined a phone, a music player, and an internet communicator into one simple object. The first iPhone was not successful because it had the most features. It was successful because Apple controlled the entire experience. The hardware, the software, the design, the store where people bought it, and eventually, the services people used every day. Most companies sell products. Apple builds relationships between products, and that difference changed everything. Think about your daily life. Your phone connects to your headphones. Your watch tracks your health. Your laptop shares files with your phone. Your payments happen through the same account. Your photos automatically appear everywhere. Each product makes the other products more useful. This is called an ecosystem. And ecosystems create something businesses love. They create loyalty. When a customer buys one Apple product, buying another becomes easier. The next purchase feels natural. Not because someone forced them, because everything already works together. But why is that so profitable? Because switching becomes harder. Not impossible, but harder. A person leaving the ecosystem does not just replace one device. They replace habits. They replace connections. They replace years of stored information and learned behaviors. The product becomes connected to their daily routine, and daily routines are extremely valuable. But Apple's success is not only about keeping customers. It is also about something much simpler: price. Many companies compete by lowering prices. Apple usually does the opposite. It charges premium prices. A smartphone might cost hundreds of dollars more than a competitor's device. Many businesses would see that as a problem. Apple sees it as part of the strategy. Because every dollar of revenue is not equal. A company selling millions of cheap products can make less profit than a company selling fewer expensive products. This is the difference between revenue and profit. Revenue is the money coming in. Profit is what remains after costs. And Apple has mastered the ability to keep a large portion of that money. The question is, why can Apple charge more when competitors offer cheaper alternatives? The answer is perception. Humans do not only buy objects, we buy meaning. A watch can tell time, but a luxury watch can represent achievement. A car can transport you, but certain cars represent identity. A phone can make calls, but certain phones represent design, creativity, and status. Apple understood that people do not always choose products logically. They choose products emotionally. The design, the simplicity, the feeling, the brand. All of these things create value beyond the physical device. But there is another hidden advantage. Apple controls its supply chain. Behind every iPhone is a massive global network. Factories, engineers, chip manufacturers, shipping companies, software developers, millions of decisions happening across continents. Apple does not personally manufacture every component, but it manages the system incredibly carefully. It works closely with suppliers. It negotiates enormous production deals. It invests heavily in custom technology. This gives Apple something many competitors struggle to achieve: control. Control over the experience. Control over the timing. Control over the quality. One of Apple's biggest advantages came from designing its own chips. For years, many computer companies depended on outside suppliers for their processors. Apple decided to move in another direction. By creating its own chips, Apple could design hardware and software together. The result was better efficiency, better performance, and another layer of control. The company was no longer just choosing parts, it was designing the entire machine. But Apple's biggest transformation happened after the iPhone. The phone became the center of a much larger business. The device brings people in. The services keep the connection alive. This is why Apple's business model is different from many competitors. A competitor might ask, how do we sell more phones? Apple asks, how do we create a system people want to stay inside? That is a completely different question, and it creates a completely different result. But Apple's story was not always guaranteed. In the 1990s, Apple was struggling. The company had too many products, too much confusion, too little direction. Then Steve Jobs returned. He simplified the company. He reduced unnecessary products. He focused on a smaller number of important ideas. The goal was not to create everything. That philosophy shaped everything that came later. The iMac, the iPod, the iPhone, the ecosystem. A company once fighting for survival became one of the most valuable companies in human history. So what is the hidden system behind Apple's success? It is not one invention. It is not one person. It is not one product. It is the combination of hundreds of small advantages working together. Design, psychology, technology, supply chains, branding, customer behavior. Everything connects. And that is the real lesson. The most powerful companies in the world do not just sell things. They create systems that make people return again and again. Apple's greatest product was never the iPhone. The greatest product was the world built around it. Because in business, the company that controls the system often controls the future.